Good afternoon, this is MetLoop meteorologist Nancy Koslick here with an update on your forecast. We're continuing to watch a frontal boundary that remains draped across the country this afternoon, extending from the Great Lakes all the way down into the state of Texas. Luckily, we're not expecting much in the way of severe thunderstorms this afternoon, which is quite different from what we saw last night along this front, but we are still seeing a little bit of that activity along and south of that boundary in the state of Texas this afternoon. Now, of course, we're also continuing to track Hurricane Matthew as he makes his way up the east coast of the U.S. Currently, the eye of the storm is just off the North Florida coast and is continuing to churn to the north and northwest at this time at about 12 miles per hour. He has weakened just a little bit, and maximum sustained winds at this time are about 115. And luckily, we've seen many of those extremely high wind gusts remain offshore. Now, that is not to say that this storm is not still very, very dangerous, and we've seen some very high winds onshore, but most of those eye wall winds have remained just off the coast, which is really good news for the state of Florida. Now into the rest of this afternoon and overnight tonight, he's going to continue to move to the north and northwest. You can see some very heavy rain bands now making their way into the coastal areas of Georgia, and we're going to continue to see him travel up and into South Carolina heading into the rest of today. As far as the track goes, we are continuing to watch him go up to the north and then eventually turn to the northeast and kind of start to loop around. Now, some of the models have him actually curving all the way back around and heading back over the Bahamas and eventually over South Florida. The good news with this is that he will at that time be all the way downgraded to a tropical storm. So that's the good news. Heading into the next night or so, though, we're going to continue to watch him pound the southeast coast of the United States. As we move into the rest of this Friday and the overnight hours tonight, we're going to continue to watch Hurricane Matthew have a great impact on the southeastern United States. In fact, as he continues to move his way to the north and northwest, we'll see those outer rain bands extend all the way up as far as into Virginia and even West Virginia into the overnight hours. And we're really going to have to keep an eye on the fact that even though this eye may not actually make landfall, we will still see that incredibly intense wind, very heavy rainfall, the possibility of flash flooding, and of course we can never rule out microbursts and tornadic activity, even if it doesn't make landfall on the southeast coast. So into the overnight hours tonight, if you are in the path of this storm, make sure that you are in a safe place because you do not want to be on the roadways or trying to escape as this storm makes its way into your area. Over the next 72 hours, we will continue to watch Hurricane Matthew provide plenty of heavy rainfall to the southeastern United States. In fact, portions of the coastal areas of North and South Carolina could see up to 12 to 14 more inches of rain, which they definitely don't need after the heavy rainfall that we've been seeing recently in this area of the country. So keep in mind, again, flash flooding very possible heading into the rest of tonight, tomorrow, over the next 72 hours as Hurricane Matthew continues to impact the southeast United States. Of course, keep checking back with MetLoop on our Facebook page and metloop.com for more updates. We will stay with you all the way through the weekend, and we'll continue to track Matthew as he heads his way out to the northeast over the next couple of days. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great afternoon.